Hey, and welcome back. Yeah, the Young Thug trial. It kind of still going on. Ugh. When we left off yesterday at lunch, court time lunch, I honestly thought they were about to wrap it up during the afternoon. Spoiler. Oh, yeah. High fun size, high reform convict, Go, Dave, and the rest. Hello over at Twitter and hello over at Rumble. Now, here's the thing. Something that I mean, once in a while, I know my chat. You guys are great. And once in a while, if somebody shows up with actual knowledge, who described the cluster F that is the former retired detective Gaither, and it is an account called Demaniac Smith 886. And I'm going to read this comment for you. And he says, I assume it's a he. If it's not, my apologies. Are there only two elements to a crime? Mens rea and actus reus. The guilty mind, intent, and the act, the crime. How are they proving this in this case in connection to these defendants with acts committed by other individuals? Also, I'm not a qualified gang expert, but I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, where the Bloods and the Crips originated in the late 60s, early 70s. This witness, Gaither, is no expert. She doesn't even know what the term damu means, which is Swahili for blood, and Kiwi, which is Swahili for Crip. Also, when they say if gang, which they don't even enunciate the reference correctly, if is a blood gang that originated in the city of Inglewood, California, which is a suburb to Los Angeles. The I is pronounced with a long sound, not a short. It's the long letter I. Then F, which stands for Inglewood family. The people from Los Angeles laugh at this presentation of this person as a quote-unquote expert. Last, one well-known fact when it comes to LA street gangs, Bloods/Crips, is that no one is bigger than the program. There is essentially no leader, especially when it comes to gang affiliates in other states. For example, they referenced Big Nut as an influential gang member in this case, which is more so accurate than calling him a gang leader. Young Thug can in no way be a leader of a blood gang, because if he is indeed a member of the Bloods, there are so many people that he would have to answer to. This would go outside of the boundaries of Atlanta with its roots in Los Angeles. And regarding street politics, Young Thug would have no authority to initiate any beefs because he would be DP'd or disciplined for his actions from the blood gang as a whole. Keep in mind, a beef sparked in Atlanta can carry over into other states, cities, so this has to be authorized to be done. We call this street politicking. And one last point is that EF and YSL, if this actually is a gang, are technically the same gang because they are both under the umbrella of Bloods. The individual groups are not actual gangs. They are what we call sets. Now, they could have conflict between the two individual sets, but are technically the same gang. These details are not discussed, and this is the reason I can't view Belknap or Gaither as gang experts. And as I said, once in a while, it shows up a person with actual knowledge. So, as I do, I did some research and watch the Maniac Smith claims is correct. So, yeah, thank you so much for that comment. And if you want to continue commenting under my during or in the comment section, please do. I appreciate people with actual knowledge. Okay, now what do we are, as per usual, we are doing recap of yesterday afternoon. That will be quick because, oh my god, what a bore fest. And then we move on to today's trial. So, welcome to the show. All right. Let's see here. Add to stage. This is after lunch yesterday. And yeah, let's get right into it.
Or consider any argument on.
That was a bit. Yeah, and as per usual, no sound in the beginning because whoever is in control doesn't know how to push a button.
Examine and thoroughly cross-examine Detective Gaither at that point in time. What I said, I would revisit what Mr. Adams was if, in fact, your case, you decide to bring a case on or present evidence, which you're not required to do. You can make that decision at the point in time where the state has finally arrested its case, because the law doesn't provide any obligation for you to prove anything. That at that point in time, I would reconsider or consider any argument on the change in examiners, and that would be you and Mr. Steele at that point in time. That's what I said I would do at that point. And there's, if you want to.
Here, what the judge is doing is that he wants one of the defendants to be the examiner of each witness. I call BS because there are 6 defendants with their own interests. Limiting them, no. And this is the judge's idea of what you call it, time saving. Here's an idea, Judge. Put it all on the prosecution. Don't put limitations on the defense. You may have time limits, but that's about it. Hi, Nana Misty. Hi. Fun size age goal. Yay.
Any law as it relates to that particular issue. But for the purposes of the way and flow and of this particular, the state's case in chief, that Mr. Steele is going to have to be the examiner through the period of any examinations of direct and cross. If you should decide at the point in time, and it becomes relevant because we don't know if that's going to occur in this case, then I will take up whether or not you may become the examiner in your case in chief. So I will reserve that till that point in time and talk about it. I'm of the opinion at this point in time, if you should decide to do that, you may be the examiner at that point in time, but you would be calling that person your detective for the purposes of direct and not cross-examination. So that's what I wanted to clarify for purpose of the record. Okay? All right, sir. Okay, can we call our detective now, please?
Plant 1C, on that note.
Wait a sec. Wait. Not yet.
Thank you. I'd just like to, if we do call Detective Gaither when we're doing the case in chief,
If you should decide to do so.
sure. That would be for purposes of cross-examination based upon her designation as a case agent or lead investigator.
That's not, that wouldn't be proper. It wouldn't be proper. You're not calling her for, the only time you can call her on cross is she's hostile.
What?
If she's designated as hostile, but you would have to then lay a foundation as to that. But you cannot just, if you decide to call anybody in your case in chief, they're your witness at that point in time. They're going to be called for direct examination. If that time.
Yeah, that's actually correct. If they choose to call her in the case in chief, they have to either lay the foundation for her being a hostile witness, or it's the direct examination. Thank you so much, Nana Misty. Hope you're having a wonderful day, Nick dear. Well, I'm having a decent day. My foot hurts. My asshole cat is here, and you are here. So it all evens up.
Comes. And I want to reiterate that very strongly because this court understands you have no obligation to present anything.
Thank you.
Okay? All right. Now let's go ahead and summon our detective.
But the judge, not Kirsten, but judge is saying they are not allowed to cross. No, what Mr. Steele wants is to not cross her here, but cross her on their case in chief as a fact witness. But that it doesn't travel over. You can't say, I don't want to cross her now. I choose to do it in our case in chief. That's a stretch. And as the judge said, remarkably, he's abiding by the actual rules this time. You can't start with a cross unless you can say she's a hostile witness. So judge is actually doing a correct decision. One of few.
Okay, all right. Thank you, counsels.
And from Norway, hey, and Monica Fran, Just Christico, Teddy O'Hearn, Rare Aussie, hey.
All right, summon our jurors, please.
Yeah, and jurors as idiot.
All right, thank you, Sergeant Ingram. You may proceed when ready, madam. Please speak in the microphone.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Didn't it just said none of the other defense lawyers were allowed to cross, only the designated defense lawyer in their case in chief? Now, they can have a separate case in chiefs since they are separate defendants. So if in their case in chief, they can't all go up there and ask questions. I don't. At least I think so.
I will. Detective Gaither, I showed you photographs and I asked you earlier if you remembered what the occupants of the blue vehicle that the victim Dexter Montgomery was in, if you recall what they looked like. Can you give the jury, can you tell the jury whether you actually had an opportunity to lay eyes on those persons in 2015?
Yes, I did.
And when you spoke with them, were you speaking with them in person or over the phone?
I spoke with, I believe, 3 of them in person and 1 over the phone.
Which one was over the phone?
Terrion.
The ones that you did speak with, do you recall their general stature as it relates to Kelvin Treadwell, comparatively speaking?
They look like kids to me. I mean, if I were to look at Mr. Treadwell, he looked like a grown man. These guys look like late teens, probably not even 20. They look like kids, if, in my opinion, just looking at them.
Okay. And were they big kids with baby faces, or in stature? Were they smaller than Treadwell, larger than Treadwell?
I stand the question is the form.
Describe their stature size-wise in relation to Kelvin Treadwell.
Overruled, sir.
They all were fairly small in stature. Like I stated, they look like normal sized teenagers. They didn't appear to be muscular or, of any weight to themselves. They just look like normal teens.
Okay. And what about in relation to Rodney Allison? Would the analysis be similar or different?
Definitely similar.
I'm going to show you what has been marked, and with the help of Mr. Atkins, have these already been admitted or just shown? Okay. I'm going to show you what has been admitted as State's Exhibit 8, Bravo, Bravo 9, Bravo, Bravo 10, Bravo, Bravo 48, Bravo, Bravo 49, Bravo, Bravo 50, Bravo, Bravo 51, BB, 52, BB, 53, BB.
Yeah, now they're moving on to stills of the video they already seen several times.
54 BB and 63 BB, as well as 72 Bravo Bravo.
Have those already been shown to defense counsels?
Yes.
They have, and they've been admitted as.
Have they been admitted already, all of them?
Yes.
Oh no, this is another one. Oh, that's the. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now they are swapping between crime scenes. Yeah.
And confirming, Your Honor, they have all been admitted.
This is the pictures that the crime scene investigator already testified about. But now, apparently, this gang expert, if she was involved in the investigation, will also testify about the same damn questions. Howdy, Tammy. And Siobhan is here also. Hey. Have you all hit the like button yet? If you haven't, please do so.
Showing you with the assistance of.
Playing in
on
1.5.
the screen, 8 Bravo Bravo. Is 8 Bravo Bravo and 9 Bravo Bravo, 10 Bravo Bravo. Are those the vehicle that?
Your Honor, I asked for the photographs to be removed if we're not discussing on the screen.
No, Cursan. I do believe they did ask the crime scene investigator why in some photos the car doors were open and in some pictures the car doors were closed, and she couldn't answer. Louis Thomas, how is this not cumulative? It is cumulative, but the judge allows it.
They're literally here, right in front of the witness.
We don't have to review another topic or identify others.
Judge.
Is this the same exhibit that's on the screen? I'll overrule the objection, Mr. Steele.
Is the vehicle depicted as 8, 9, and 10 Bravo Bravo, the vehicle that your investigation revealed with victim Dexter Montgomery and the other 4 gentlemen that you interviewed were in the night that Dexter Montgomery was shot?
Yes, this appears to be the blue Ford Escape vehicle.
And showing you State's Exhibit 50 Bravo Bravo, if we can put that on the screen. Are you familiar with those type of placards at the Atlanta Police Department?
Hey, Dave,
And do you use
is this
them
an
in your
actual
own
crime?
I don't.
This particular one, everybody was gone from the scene when the cops got there. They are going to play an interview later about it.
Process crime scenes, so I guess that would be a no. I have seen them on it during APD crime scenes.
And so that's fair to say you didn't put these down here, right?
No.
And you were not at the scene of the shooting the night it occurred, right?
No.
All right. Have you had occasion to see shell casings or ammunition from the type of guns that you saw both Demise McMullen and Walter Murphy carrying at the gas station the night Dexter Montgomery shot in the head?
I have.
Right. Tell the jury what occasions you've had to see ammunition and shell casings from those type of firearms.
Relevant?
Your Honor, I'm going to ask questions about these.
And you're holding what, madam?
Yes, I'm holding up 51 Bravo Bravo, 52 Bravo Bravo. I have to establish a foundation for knowledge.
Overrule, sir. Hold on. Basis. Overrule, sir. Remember, we've switched to lay witness testimony already, so, okay? And it's your witness, your objection. Your objection is overruled, sir.
Yeah, they switch back and forth between her being an expert witness and a layman witness. This is so stupid.
Okay.
Would you tell the jury about the occasions you've had to observe personally and up close ammunition, shell casings, or live rounds from the types of firearms that you saw Demise McMullen and Walter Murphy walking around with on the Sitco and surveillance footage that they've already seen?
Yes, I've over my almost 19 years of police work, I've worked plenty incidents that involve assault rifles, AK-47s, Dracos, those type of large assault rifles that use those rounds, the 223 rounds, or I believe it's 5.62 rounds. I've shot those type of weapons at the shooting range as a police officer, and those rounds are normally long and slender, very similar to the ones that I reviewed from these crime scene pictures when I worked this case.
So that takes me to the next series of questions. Would you display on the screen for me tonight? State's Exhibit 51, Bravo, Bravo. Is State's Exhibit 51, Bravo, Bravo consistent with the type of ammunition?
Well, for expert testimony, subject matter that witness not be qualified as an expert.
Oral, sir.
Is State's Exhibit 51, Bravo, Bravo consistent with the type of ammunition used in the firearms we saw on the surveillance footage with Demise McMullen and Walter Murphy?
How for the love of all that is almighty can she say that by just looking at it? This is, again, it's stupid. Yeah, first of all, tool mark analysis is a shit science. It's completely subjective. All they do is they have one gun, they shoot a cartridge, then they compare the suspected cartridge with that cartridge. So they have all the facts. All they are trying to do is match it. And then they twist it and turn it and twist it and turn it. Oh, no, that's enough of a match. And then they call it a match. It is not a science. You might as well have a crystal ball or pick a card or ask tarot reading. It's that level of bullshit.
Yes.
And looking at State's Exhibit 52, Bravo, Bravo, are you able to see what type of shell casing that is?
It looks like one from an assault rifle.
Showing you a
Large caliber
closer
assault
shot.
rifle.
State's 53.
It looks like one from an assault. It looks like, seriously. This college dropout gang expert, I wouldn't trust her telling me what hat size I am.
Bravo, Bravo.
The same.
And is 53 Bravo, Bravo consistent with the type of ammunition that would be used in the firearms we saw both for either Demise McMullen and Walter Murphy displaying and wielding on the surveillance footage earlier?
Mr. Shard, I'll sustain that objection. Okay, that'll be expert testimony.
Okay. Looking at State's Exhibit 53 Bravo, Bravo, is State's Exhibit 53 Bravo, Bravo the type of ammunition that you would expect to see from a gun like the ones displayed in the surveillance footage carried by Walter Murphy and Demise McMullen?
Same objection, Your
I
Honor.
sustain the objection.
They are seriously trying to have this retired police gang expert. I mean, this is so stupid. This is immensely stupid. Yeah, exactly. New Cursen and it's Strinton. It's the exact same question. It's time for the judge to say, move on, prosecutor. Not having this.
State's Exhibit 53 Bravo, Bravo, based on your knowledge of firearms and your experience with assault rifles, is the shell casing shown in 53 Bravo, Bravo consistent with shell casings from an assault
Same
rifle?
objection, Your
From an
Honor.
assault rifle.
I sustain the objection.
Time to move on.
Are you familiar with the type of gun that would shoot State's Exhibit 53 Bravo, Bravo?
I fired.
Your Honor, still call for expert testimony.
It does.
She's speaking from her personal experience.
I'm gonna still sustain the objection.
Yes, sir. Based on what you were able to learn about the location, showing you State's Exhibit 54 Bravo, Bravo on the screen. Do you recognize 54 Bravo, Bravo?
Yes.
And what do you recognize 54 Bravo, Bravo to be?
The Sitco station where this incident, well, the beginning of this incident occurred at that intersection, Jonesboro Road and Brownsville Road.
Are you comfortable taking that pointer above the easel behind your right shoulder?
Sure.
Careful when you step down. And with your back to the wall so they can see everything you're pointing to. Is Jonesboro Road displayed on State's Exhibit 54 Bravo Bravo?
Parts of it is.
Would you point out which parts are?
This is Jonesboro Road here.
Okay. And does Jonesboro Road intersect another road where you stopped with your pointer?
Yes.
And what road is that?
Brownsville Road runs this way.
Okay.
This side of the street is the cemetery, so it's no adjacent road for Brownsville to cross. It starts here.
You said that side of the road is the what?
Cemetery on this side.
What cemetery is over there?
I couldn't tell you the name of it.
Showing you State's Exhibit 63 Bravo Bravo. If you'll stay right there, we're gonna put it on the screen. Would you point out the area that you were just describing with the previous exhibit for the jury?
Yes, this is Jonesboro Road here, and this is the cemetery area here. On here. This is Brownsville Road.
And showing you State's Exhibit 72 Bravo Bravo on the screen, please? Would you tell the jury where on this exhibit, the areas you just described are located?
Yep, the signal station is here up top. This is the intersection of Brownsville Road. Brownsville Road runs straight down, parallel with the Jonesboro Road, which is also State Route 54. And this here is the cemetery, this green area. The line's going all the way down to the truck stop.
And are you able to tell the jury what roads are shown in State's Exhibit 48 Bravo Bravo?
Daily quick bites. They are lying referring to the weapon as an assault rifle. Legally and in gun nomenclature, an assault rifle is either a full auto capable or select fire by design, even a modified two. Yeah, I know. I know it. You know it. A person with even a vague understanding of guns knows it. Welcome to Fulton County Court, where it is completely allowed to call something an assault rifle, even though AR does not stand for assault rifle. Never have. Should have been objected to, and that word should never be used because it's prejudicial. Those words are, calling it an assault rifle is prejudicial. Call it for the correct term. If they know what the gun is, then call it is a whatever is Remington. I don't know. I don't care.
Displayed on the screen. 48. Are you able to tell the jury what roads are shown there?
This here appears to be Brownsville Road, where the police car is facing. And here going this way is Harper Road, which crosses over Jonesboro Road. I'm sorry, Brownsville Road.
Brownsville Road? Okay, thank you.
Which the crime scene investigator already testified to. This is useless. I would be so pissed off as a juror seeing everything over and the same things over and over and over again.
When you spoke with D'Angelo White after you all picked him up to take him back to the Citgo, did either you or Detective Dennis record the conversation, any conversation that you all had?
Yes, we did.
Generally speaking, without talking about what he said, what was the nature of the conversation that you all had in the vehicle together?
I'll object to that because that is ruled before you.
Your Honor, I'll scratch that last question,
All right, it's withdrawn.
and I'm going to show you.
Go ahead.
You may, madam.
I have provided to counsel for the defendants the thumb drive of the exhibits, but I welcome either to come up and view what I'm showing the witness if they choose to do so at this time. If not, may I approach the witness?
Yes, you may.
Bravo, Bravo, on the thumb drive that you referenced earlier.
Yes.
And is that a fair and accurate copy of the interview or the conversation that took place in the vehicle after you and Detective Dennis picked up D'Angelo White
Yes.
following your phone interview?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state,
What date now?
this was this on July 13, 2015.
Yes.
State tenders State's Exhibit 102 Bravo Bravo as evidence, Your Honor.
Any further objection, gentlemen, or Matt or ladies? All right, no further objection. Yes, subject to the court's earlier rulings, states 102 Bravo Bravo is admitted, and may be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor, for publishing that.
And Yeah. Let's see if I can time this.
You doing all right? You want us to go somewhere else? I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we trying to get your boys. That way.
Which way, this way?
You said let your mom know?
She in 2607? Or is it 7 or 8? Your license say 8.
I need to fill up my coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Which this breeze with that one?
We don't want to be in the party.
You just want to pull out? Okay.
Describe for the jury who it is that we have just now heard over the last 39 seconds.
Myself, Investigator Dennis, and D'Angelo Wade.
You want to call it? Long story short, though, we trying to keep you out of it as best we can, but at the same time, we need somebody to step up with the other what we got. You know what I'm saying? Because, buddy, was y'all arguing or something or nothing? And they just pulled out the stick. Did anybody in y'all car pull out anything on them? We had guns. Now, was Buddy trying to talk to dude girl, and that's what he got mad about, or what? So when y'all first pulled up, what was like the conversation about? Just about the speed?
Let's see how they climb up on everybody. You grabbing up a little bit close. So they feel like we just followed them. You know? And this Tesco right here. Get out Tesco. Right. Tesco run down way down. They put in there, we put in there. Boom. So they think, shit, we either trying to ride them or something. The nigga now OG Ben, he got some money.
Like where he get paid from? How he got money? Would he rap or something?
Rapping on tour.
Do you mind if I pull down there where the stop sign is so you can show me exactly where the intersection where the shooting happened?
Intersection ain't never happened right here.
I know, that's why I said I want to turn around and go back down there.
Is there anyone in Fulton County amongst the so-called gang members who is not a snitch?
If that's cool with you.
So yeah, go there with it.
Okay. I don't let you drive.
Thank you. Your birthday one day after mine.
So y'all hang out down by Lakewood, y'all don't be up this way? What high school you went to?
You just came out?
Yeah.
How long ago? A day ago. They told y'all college boy?
Phone.
What you called up for? Probation.
Take this left.
I got throw me something, man.
Probably something.
Oh, you what?
Yeah.
Something like what?
Right.
How much you talking about?
Right.
$20.
Yeah. I really couldn't even say shit. My other partner, they weren't gonna say shit again.
How you know they ain't already said shit?
I know they weren't gonna say nothing.
How you know that?
I know them first.
But what if you caught that bullet in your head? What you would want us to do? You feel me? You seen your partner?
Why you ain't been up there to see him?
Bye-bye, man. It's too hot now. I ain't know where I should be.
He ain't even in the hospital. He in a rehabilitation center. He that fucked up.
Like half his brain, like
It's literally like
it's gone.
his head is gone.
Like a chunk of his head is gone. You feel me? If that was you, what would you want him to do for you? That's what you gotta think about.
Right there.
I just said, go out of really. Nobody in my family even fuck with me anyway. They want to take shit out.
We understand
I'm
that.
the only one that did. Just fuck with that shit. They were close.
And that's what make our job.
For the record, 4:55 to 6:15. We are advancing from 4:55 to 6:15.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is a sidebar. Which brings us to sidebar counter 142. Skip ahead.
Yes, you may. As long as you speak in the microphone.
I will speak.
Okay, all right. And it's on, okay? All right.
Your Honor, we are now starting at 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
You working anything?
Every microphone picks up the shuffling of paper, crisp and clear, but voices,
Start with initial. All you have to do. I'm going to take you back where you need to go.
I got to do something.
So $20 is worth you doing the right thing. You said what now? Well, I guess you could just show us where exactly the shooting happened. Let me tell you like this. You're dealing with 3 of the realest police officers you ever come across. Off top. You're dealing with 3 of the realest. And trust me, I understand your situation. And you just getting out all that good shit. But if you come to me just on some real shit, like, hey, I just got out of jail, I need something. Could you throw me a little something? I get that. But do you really, huh? But if you really think that I'm a
Detective Gaither, for the record, the exchange that just took place between D'Angelo Whiteview and Detective Dennis, would you explain what that was regarding?
we showed him the lineup. We wanted him to, if he could, pick out a person that he knew was responsible for shooting his friend. He began.
look at these. We want to short somebody. Anybody?
What I felt like tried to extort for some money to do the right thing, asking for $20 to pick a person out. And I just kind of, excuse my language in the tape as well, but I'm not gonna pay you to do the right thing. Either you're gonna do it. And I told him then, just show me where the shooting happened. You basically get the F out of my car. I mean, I'm not gonna go back and forth about paying you to just do the right thing for your friends. So that was the gist of it.
And that amount that he wanted was how much?
$20.
A person who is that easily bought and you still believed him. All right.
Yes, continue. So we're starting back at
Pay you for doing the
8 minutes and 38 seconds.
Hey, thank you, Nana Misty. Nana Misty gifted 5 memberships. It went to Monica Fron, Lady Star, Fat Grandma, Catherine, and J Cares. Say thank you to Nana Misty. And you have now access to all my members-only content. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And you also have access to my Discord, where you can debate and discuss and make memes and, yeah, a lot of things. Thank you so much, Nana Misty. That's so sweet of you.
right thing. That ain't my boy. You got nothing. You come to me just straight like, hey, look, I'm down and out on my shit. Can you give me $20 for whatever? But you talking to me as if you doing me a favor by doing the right thing for your boy.
Do anyone remember him actually asking about $20? Or did I just zone out?
Respect the other way. 100%. Because I ain't better than nobody. I come from the same shit you come from. But don't try to try me on no fuck shit. Like, pay me to pick this nigga out. It don't work like that. Either you gonna do it, brother man, or you not. I would appreciate it if you did. If I can help you in any other way, I can. I will. But don't play it. Don't play it the way you playing it. That ain't the move.
That's what we do.
That ain't the move, man.
This man shot your homeboy in front of you.
It ain't even about that now.
Thank you, Nana Misty.
It's not even about that now.
Okay, he did it at the very beginning.
Y'all know exactly who did it. I don't mind helping somebody that need it. I don't. Because I want somebody to do the same thing for me, but don't play it the way you playing it, bro. You need to come at me a whole nother way. This shit you talking about ain't how we do police work. It's not. This intersection.
How do you conduct police work? Oh, I remember. For the first 2 or 3 years of your police career, you avoided answering 911 calls because you didn't want to work. But all of a sudden, there you are.
Right?
You see what them two people said?
Yeah.
He started at his stop sign.
Coming this way.
They came my way down along that street, but no stop sign. He shot right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Which y'all was coming back this way, though, right?
Yeah, we were coming this way.
Y'all coming that way, they were coming from that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they turn on this street after they shot? Or did they keep straight?
No, we were coming this way.
Right.
We started at stop sign. They were coming down that long.
Down Brownsville, yeah.
So they cut y'all off.
Yeah.
They knew where y'all was from.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The music makes it bearable.
You got it.
That's why I do it.
You wanna get dropped off back at home?
Yeah.
You should know.
You didn't know what that was. Pull that ass on.
Yeah, you know, this is a recap of yesterday afternoon, and it does not actually get better. Then they show this piece of evidence, which is supposed to. Who is Jasmine Knight? C/user Jasmine Knight. I have no idea. Yeah, daily quick white. The AK automat carbine. That is the Swedish, our military issued weapons. And I had an AK-5. Started up with AK-4, finished with an AK-5. AK-5 is an amazingly good gun. Is accurate up to 200 yards. And that is good for more or less close combat automatic weapon. And it's so easy to strip, clean, put together again. I mean, it's an amazing gun. If any one of you is a gun guy, AK-5. Let me see if I can show you. Dun, dun, dun. There is a good picture of one. Open picture. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. There is no jingles, it's no bells and whistles. It's a simple put together gun, lightweight, 18 bullet magazine. I mean, I've tried a few guns in my times. This one is the absolute best. No, it's not a 6-hour. This is a military issued AK-5. Let's see who actually manufactured it. I don't know. I don't remember. It is license-built Swedish version of the Belgian F and FNC assault rifle with certain modification. Manufacturer is FN Herstal. Belgian weapon. All right. No, I don't agree with the term assault. Well, in this case, it's actually an assault rifle because this is actual military use. You go. Let's see if I can show. Here is the safety. It has 3 levels. One shot, burst, and automatic. It's a folding stock, not a collapsible. Yeah. I saw a picture of it with the Oh, here it is. Oh. There it is. Foldable. The lower is an AK-4, the upper is an AK-5. Or is it both? Are they both? I don't know. Yeah, but it's a damn good weapon. Back to the trial. Back to the trial. AK-4 was 762. AK-5 was 556 NATO.
In the circle.
My initials and my police ID number.
And the copy on the far left, is that for the same reason that you described earlier?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then they showed this to the witness, who apparently, I saw this guy. So, yeah. But here's the thing. We listened to this for days now. Weeks. At least a week and a half. And more lineup. Da-da-da-da-da. And...
graphics than words, if you would.
Say again?
With more graphics, drawings than words.
Oh, okay. You want me to do it on both? Or just
Yes, please. And I'm going to take what you did on 7 and show it to you.
yeah, the AK-4 was heavier as well. Even if it was shorter, it was heavier. Oh, looky, a picture.
And would you?
in a picture on the way
Either one.
to demonstrate the location that
More pictures. And something. I don't... look. Mr. Steele is talking. Let's listen to Mr. Steele. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the recap I can do about yesterday because it was... I know a bunch of you say, oh, we want to watch more, entertain us over the lunch hour.
The state is going into, with the court's permission, the video, audio of statements of Mr. Walter Murphy that I've objected to.
What date?
First, it's going to be July 15, 2015, then August 18, 2015.
All right.
But the very beginning of July 15, 2015, on the recording, Mr. Murphy's talking about, I'm going to get killed. Jeffrey Williams' father saw me out there. The police officer put on his mask, things like that. And I asked the court to exclude that from testimony because it is character, it's witness intimidation. And he clearly says on the recording, this has nothing to do with little Jeff. I understand that. But it still is very, very hard to erase that image. And the case that Your Honor Court wrestled with last time was Morrill, M-O-R-R-E-L-L versus State, 313 Georgia, 247 Division 2, 869 Southeast 2D 447 2022 case. But it really just shined on me a light because the last question before the Honorable Court took this last break was D'Angelo White in the car with any of the accused? I objected, you sustained. Then it was D'Angelo White, when he spoke with you openly, whatever the record shows, so these are not quotes, with any of the accused? And the answer was no. And that's character. So I just ask you to please, again, I make my strongest motion to exclude that section because people don't talk to police for different reasons. I don't know, Mr. D'Angelo White, I'm not saying this is accurate in his mind, but he's doing another 7 years, he said, or 3 years in prison on armed robbery. He got 10 years, he's done 7 years. He may not want to speak because the state of Georgia prosecutor. He may not want to speak because he goes down to the prison and becomes a cooperator. I don't know the reason, but to put it on where any of these people there, that is really goes to the heart of character and what's with moral. In the other case we talked about say. So I asked the state not to ask those questions in the future unless they have a basis that, you know, Jeffrey Williams directly or indirectly threatened the person. Or the person said, I can't do this because, you know, I'm in fear of this person. Otherwise, this is really 403 territory. It's this case, the state indicted it as a gigantic conspiracy RICO gang case. And if we let this in, at some point, it's just tipping the scale. They have so much evidence to show association. So I think it's very, very prejudicial. I just wanted to, I know I raised it before. I know you give me, I believe you give me a continuing objection to anything that you do let in, but I just wanted to raise it that I believe that those questions are beyond the pale.
I'm gonna let the state respond again, but I did take a look at Morrell, and I believe that it's the state's offering it for a different purpose. So I'll let them frame that issue. But I'm
What does it matter if it's for a different purpose if the result is the same, Judge? It's prejudicial. Even though it's for another purpose, it is still prejudicial.
Any objection, sir? Yes, Ms. Love.
And I don't care. Oh, yap, 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 bitch, 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 yap, 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 yep. Okay, done. And
You also said that you
they
spoke with
continue.
Walter Murphy.
Yes.
At any time that you spoke with Walter Murphy,
And they are going to play the video. This is the rest of the day. Yesterday. So let's listen to a few minutes of it during the interview, and you tell me if this guy looks like he's on drugs.
No, I'm not talking about. I understand that I have a reputation for background and young folks.
I'm going down to normal speed here.
Brother, or you know what I'm saying, or however they go. Man, but before I don't even know what he's here for. You young Thug's brother, his blood brother? No, not his blood brother, but like his childhood friend. Okay, so you know each other brothers. Yeah, but before I say him, I don't want to say him. I got baby on in August. I ain't getting it. Man, I just had a bad surgery. I broke my spine. I got a settlement for lawsuit in like a week and a half. I'm not trying to go to jail. So whatever y'all got to ask me about whoever I worked with police before, like I told them. You know, investigator Underwood? Yes.
And here, I've said it before, I know. But here's the thing. This guy snitches all the time. And nothing has ever happened to him. Nothing. If these gangs, or supposed gangs, are these dangerous as the prosecution alleges, how come every snitch is still alive? You tell me. And this is, it keeps going and going and going and going and going. And they finished off with a sidebar, which makes it sidebar counter 143. Jesus Christ. And then he let the jury out, and we will listen to this discussion afterwards. Because and then we will move on to today's trial, which sadly continues with watching that damn video.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our jury has left us. Okay, Mr. Matthews, before I answer your question that you postured at the bench to me, is there anything else we need to take up for today, or you anticipate for tomorrow morning? Because we'll still be examining Detective Gaither tomorrow morning. Is that?
Hi, Lynn.
That's
It's Brinton,
okay.
Monica.
Okay, go ahead.
And everybody
Yes, Mr.
else.
Steele.
Chief Judge Glanville, can you just remind me, you always say you're very dutiful to say on the record, I've made this part of the record, the emails that we send. Is it made part of the record, my email itself, and as well as the attachment, Saturday, April 20th, 2000?
The one that's highlighted in red? Yeah, that's already been made a court exhibit from this morning, sir.
I did not know, and I appreciate it. And now that you've heard this recording, can I just point out three things I'd like you going forward to reconsider your ruling? When this was played, this being, and I don't remember the exhibit number. It's on. The last exhibit number that was just played, and I don't.
State?
104 Bravo Bravo.
Okay, 104 Bravo Bravo, sir.
Thank you. So, Your Honor, Detective Gaither,
All right, sir, I'm listening. Go ahead.
thank you. Detective Gaither talked about, is somebody in the police department tipping you off? We're under Homeland Security. We think we think out of everybody we've come across, he, meaning Jeffrey Williams, trusts you the most. Said Mr. Montgomery, mother, God forbid, passed away recently. No one's in the hospital with him. That's Dexter Montgomery. Money changed him meeting Mr. Williams and bolstered her work because you're not dealing with Zone 3, we're the gang unit, we do it differently. My point to you is, Your Honor, there is no way in my understanding of the law, I totally disagree with the state of Georgia, the prosecutors have told you, that any of that should come in under any circumstances. And they put in this wholesale recording. So I know I've done this. I'm not trying to belabor the issue. I respected you made a ruling. I respected the rulings adverse to me, and I know I made the record. But going forward, it is just not the way that I would think that the law permits. So I felt like I'd be remiss if now that you heard the recording, because I'm presuming you did not hear the recording prior. There's a lot of extraneous things in here, and you're not being told, frankly, what it is. And I went through, it took a lot of time. But I made it red, whatever the next court exhibit that you referred. And I said what is inconsistent. And these parts were not. So going forward, I'd like it to change. In addition to that,
How so would you like it to change? I mean, because the state, we had this discussion this morning. I made a ruling. I've heard it. What's different about it? What going forward do you want me to reconsider?
It should really be just an inconsistent statement that has some materiality to the case.
All right. Let me hear what the state has to say about that.
The state's response regarding the context of the statements that are given, the impact.
That was the one that Mr. Steele, for the record, parsed out and over. You have the state has a disagreement. He believes that the type in red is the only.
Yeah, and I agree with Mr. Steele. Even if there is an inconsistent statement, it has to be relevant to this trial. But the judge just allows them because other purposes, and it's infuriatingly bad. But it seems like there's actual case law in Georgia that allows this bullshit. Yeah, Heather Mosher. The only thing coming in should be the inconsistent statement, not the entire prejudicial video. But here we go.
Anything that should be admissible, the rest of it should not be, for the reasons he stated this morning.
Mr. Steele pointed out to the court that per his
Yeah, continuing objection, and our ruling stands at this point in time. Okay? All right. Is there anything else? I don't want to come in tomorrow morning at 9:45 and say we got to take up something, okay? So I'm asking right now, is there anything that we need to take up? So I can tell Mr. Matthews with fidelity what time to be here tomorrow morning.
I filed a motion, Your Honor, that you.
Which motion? What number is it? Or can you?
Oh gosh, it's entitled. It's not numbered. It's entitled "Motion to Exclude / Redact from Mr. Williams' July 15, 2015 statement to Detective Racy.
Detective who?
Racy, R-A-S-S-I, and Agent Cunningham.
This is what the defense have been trying to do for well over a year now. Put the motions in timely. The judge will say, we will do it in a timely manner. Then the judge changes his mind.
We argued that before Your Honor court on 2/11/24. You denied it. You let in the statement. I also asked if you were going to let it in over objection to be redacted. I have not seen a redaction. I know it. You know, the happy judge.
Forewarned judge is a happy judge. Is it going to come up tomorrow? Or?
Even if you are forewarned, Danville, you are still offended by it?
No, I don't believe so because I think this is taking a long time. But the hit list for issues, this goes to the shooting of Mr. Carter's tour bus in Cobb County.
Okay.
Bring it up because.
All right, and thank you.
If Mr. Stickett, I'm not sure if the redaction that he's asking for is in that motion, but if it's not, if he could just let us know what.
No, I think from that, my ruling back in February, you were supposed to redact the statement.
I don't know if we know.
Guess what? They haven't. Because they never do. Because they assume they can yap and bitch towards the judge and he will buckle. No Curacao. So they don't expect direct to be finished tomorrow. Well, I don't know. I know that today's trial is ongoing. And apparently, judge decided to yell at the defense in front of the jury again. So now, Monday, not much more happened. So let's go right into Tuesday and see if we can catch up. We are roughly 40 minutes behind. Because even though the judge said, we will be back at 10, we will start at 10. Of course, he was late. So let's get on with Tuesday, which means we are close to live again. And let's have a swoop. That was the wrong one. Where's my swoop? There it is. That's my Norwegian fire farting dragon. You can't sneak up on that one from behind. Oh. And the judge is talking, but no sound. Ah, ta-da.
Good morning. All right.
Morning. Good morning.
All right, Deputy Ham, can you summon our jurors, please?
Playing in 1.25.
Ham, all jurors present, sir? Okay. All right.
Screen. Stacy Exhibit 104, Bravo, Bravo.
And they're going to continue with the damn recording.
Detective Gaither, before we get into the next interview that you had with Walter Murphy,
Hey,
I wanted
Heather.
to ask you a couple of
Hey, Heather.
questions about the interview that you had with him on
Listen here.
in July of 2015. If Mr. Kearns would give us sharing capabilities, we will have on the screen for you in just a moment, parts of that video.
Okay.
And we start off with a sidebar. Sidebar counter 144. Jesus Christ. Let's see when they actually start back up. That's a long one. That is a long ass sidebar. Here we go. Oh. Ooh, before it starts. Have you all subscribed yet? Listen to Mr. Jingles. You all need to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. So subscribe if you haven't yet. There.
Video to timestamp 2:57:24 p.m. on July 15th of 2015. Do you see Mr. Murphy, yourself, and Detective Edwards in that screen?
Yes.
Is there anything on the table in front of Mr. Murphy?
Baseball cap.
Okay. During the time that you spoke with Mr. Murphy, did he manipulate or play with that hat in any way?
He did.
And did you have an opportunity to see whether there was anything written on the hat?
Yes.
Would you tell the jury whether what is written on the hat is decipherable in the video as we look at it?
Oral, sir.
No.
Would you please tell the jury what it was that was written on the hat that Mr. Murphy came into the Atlanta Police Department headquarters wearing on July the 15th of 2015?
It read "Free Roscoe" across the front.
During the course of your interview, did you ask him about that hat?
Yes.
Did he tell you anything specifically about it?
I don't believe he did. We kind of joked about it. It had been sitting there on the table, but I didn't pay attention to it. And when he was playing with it, he flipped it around, and that's when I read it. And I was just teasing him about it.
Okay. And did you know a person referencing themselves by the name Roscoe at the time that you spoke with Mr. Murphy on this date?
Yes.
And who was that person?
Jimmy Winfrey.
Okay. When you first came into the interview, about 22 minutes and 26 seconds into the video recording, and you told Mr. Murphy that you wanted to talk with him about the date of April the 12th, did Mr. Murphy, who was the first person to indicate the name Bentley?
Good questions, Lucentil. Wait, how did she ask about it if she didn't know what it said until he turned it around to her? Don't know. The free whoever is a person at the time who was incarcerated for a homicide, and apparently believing he was wrongfully convicted and showing support for his freedom makes you affiliated with a gang, according to the prosecution.
Basis, sir. I'm sorry. Oral, sir.
Mr. Murphy.
Had you mentioned O.G. Bentley or Kelvin Treadwell to him at any time before you went into that interview room?
No, I hadn't seen him before going into the room.
And besides telling him at the beginning that you wanted to talk with him about the date, April 12th, and what happened at the sit-go, did you provide Mr. Murphy with details, or did Mr. Murphy provide you with details after you told him the date and place you wanted to discuss?
Basis. Us stands to form.
Who was thank you, Judge. Who was the first person to offer details about the date, April 12th, after you told Mr. Murphy you wanted to talk with him about that date at the sit-go?
Seriously? Who was the first to tell you after you asked about that specific date? That is the cop asking about a specific date. That is not unprompted testimony or unprompted statements. That is prompted statements. You can't ask a question that way. But yeah, here we go.
Oral, sir.
I believe Mr. Murphy did.
During the course of your interview with Mr. Murphy, did he talk about something called stain, to the best of your memory?
Yes.
Would you tell the jury,
Reading.
based on your knowledge, training, and experience, what stain meant in the context of your and Mr. Murphy's conversation?
From my understanding, stain means a level of authority or respect within any particular game that you're involved in.
Wait. What? Is she back to be? Here's the thing. When they switch back and forth between fact witness and expert witness, this is why you never should be allowed to do that. They're either an expert or a fact witness. This is I can't describe to you how infuriating it is that this spineless piece of human garbage posing as a judge allows this to happen. You should never, ever allow a fact witness become an expert witness or vice versa. They need to be completely separate, because when you allow that to happen, the testimony from that person as a fact witness goes above the level of a normal witness, and that should never happen.
How he got to where he was from the music that you are aware he was interested in.
I stand the question as to form.
Okay.
You can rephrase it.
Thank you, Judge. You have time? What's the time, sir? Thank you. Your Honor, with the court's permission, I'm going to play a 10-second clip of the video at 2:51. 55. And while we're pulling that up, before seeing the Free Roscoe hat in front of Mr. Murphy, had you seen Free Roscoe as a hashtag or slogan anywhere else before that day?
Yes,
Where?
on several, I'm sorry.
On several what?
Oh, I thought you were pausing me. On several members of YSL social media pages. They had it printed on T-shirts, hats, stickers throughout the city, posted on poles and buildings.
And did you see any of those stickers, messages, posts prior to the date that Lil Wayne's bus was shot up in the city of Atlanta?
No.
I'm going to play you just a 10-second clip.
I understand the kid. I just called up there when I left. I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm talking about just not just this particular incident. I'm talking about period. Period. How did y'all get caught up with it? I remember when Thug was rapping. He was a red cartel. You was a real cartel. Y'all.
How the flaming fuck is this allowed? This is the cop testifying. That is her words, not the interviewed. How is this even remotely allowed? It's fucking disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. Judge Glanville, you know this. I hope to God you see this. You fucktwat. Yeah, I say for quad very intensely. It's the accent, I promise. It's the accent.
With block and all of that. How did it go from for real music to all of that?
Did you hear yourself asking Mr. Murphy, how did it go from real music to all of that?
Yes.
You didn't need the mention of Mr. Williams in that recording.
Is the portion of the video where he explains, does it lack any degree of clarity?
Does it lack any degree of clarity?
Yes, when he begins to explain to you how it is that it went from real music to that.
He was kind of mumbling, but I don't know if you guys can hear it, but in the interview, I can understand what he was saying.
Here's the thing. This is why narrating an interview should never be allowed, because now she's telling the jury what to hear. That as well is prejudicial as fuck. Shouldn't be allowed, But judge has no spine. He doesn't believe in due process, or the law, or a fair trial, or the Constitution. I don't care if he had reached a high rank in the military before this. He's a fucktwat. Yes, YouTube, I'm saying forquad. It just sounds differently when I say it.
I was using a lot of hand motions and attempting not to say certain things, but I was clear in a lot of what he was.
Hold on. Basis? Oh, rule, sir.
You make
It is speculation.
I was clear in
It is
just
clear
a lot of the verbiage
speculation.
he was using and slang words that he used throughout the interview. I was following what he was saying.
So what was it that he told you? How did it go from real music to that, as you put it?
I can't recall, just based off of what I just listened to, or?
Hold on, I'm gonna let you hear the response that he gave.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for the jury to determine. The jury is the determiner of facts, not this witness.
And then it ain't got nothing to do with the music. This is what like street shit. Man, have some money. Wait, folks, don't even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about? These folks been having money, been getting a lot of shit like this. Yeah, I know. I don't do this type of shit like just hand these folks name in the street. These folks got a loan, you know what I'm saying? Right. These folks. But by me knowing them, and you know what I'm saying, being around them, you just they automatically on their ride. So, you know, so on their ride, but then I'm like, the shit that around this shit get me killed or get me locked up. Why can't you say no? Why can't you just say no? I'm not even sure right now. Cause I know you know. Yeah, cause what you know too much, just to get your life taken.
2:58, 2:53:35. Were you able to hear his response?
Yes.
Did the portion of the video that we played just now for the jury, was his response, did it lack any degree of clarity, that portion?
No, not to me during this interview.
It's infuriating. The judge is allowing a witness to put ideas in the jury's head. The jury is the finder of fact, and the judge is denying the jury their right, their constitutional right to be the finders of fact.
Through the video as we hear it, are you all talking over one another?
We are.
Sir. Basis.
Your Honor,
Mr. Steele, I'm the person that controls the objections. Could you please state the basis for an objection? Just make an objection, state your basis, and then let me handle the rest of it. That's not the objection. I tell folks when to move on. You don't. Okay, so all I'm asking you to do is to state a basis. That's it. Okay, and then I'll rule. Okay, all right. But as for your objection, I'm going to overrule it. Mr. Sharp, what's your objection, sir? Huh? Okay.
And we have a sidebar. Sidebar counter 145. Jesus Christ. Judge Glanville, you are a disgrace for the legal it is simply not allowed to have a witness on the stand tell the jury what they are supposed to hear.
Is Detective Gaither outside? Just make sure she's outside. Okay. All right.
Okay, so now they're going to have a hearing about what just happened. This will be interesting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our jury has left us.
Your Honor, might I have the court's permission to allow Detective Gaither to tell you what the answer, since that was a concern that was broached at the end. Outside the presence of the jury, might I have the court's permission to have Detective Gaither tell the court and Mr. Sharp what her answer to that question is going to be.
Okay, let me first give me the case law which says that she can explain this unaudible or this low audible or inaudible portion.
Yes, Your Honor.
I can't believe there's actual case law in Georgia about this, because if it is, it's BS case law, completely BS. And why don't you yell at the prosecution for not being ready for this? They have had this all the time. They knew this was coming up.
And keep my seat. Your Honor, in Anderson versus the state, if I may keep my seat, I'll read from the.
You may, madam. What's the citation?
Anderson v.
Let me have the
State
citation,
Court.
please.
311 Georgia Ave, 732 at
311 Georgia Ave at what?
732.
732?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
At 738 through 739.
In fact, let me find it first.
And to be clear, it's.
Hold on, madam. Hold on.
I'm having it up here.
Okay, I found the case, and so we're in that opinion.
And so, Your Honor, it's at Penn site 738 through 739. It is a case that is not on all four corners of our circumstance, but in Anderson, what the officer does is test.
Oh, you fucked twat. I was saying four quad. Here's what she's doing now. She's trying to shoehorn in an appellate ruling that does not apply to this case. Hi, fat grandma. Louis Thomas, hello, everybody. Good to have you here. But let's listen to the bullshit Miss Love is trying to sell the judge, and the judge will probably buy.
About what is depicted in the video after they show the video to the jury.
Depicted is different from translating what is inaudible.
The argument from the appellant in Anderson was that by explaining what was in the video, what was seen in the video, the officer was improperly bolstering, but the Court of Appeals said that the officer testifying to his own observations regarding the video was not improper bolstering.
Observations is different from telling the jury what somebody said.
And we would analogize that to the situation here where when the video and the audio portion of the video lacks clarity and the person who is seated at the table right in front of the person who is making those statements.
Let me read a bit here. During the direct examination of one of the investigating officer, the state played the convenience store's video surveillance footage from the night of the robbery and asked the officer several questions regarding the video. After having the officer note the point in the video at which Anderson pulls out his pistol, the state's prosecutor asked the officer if he could tell what color the pistol was. It appeared to be dark or a black color pistol. A moment later, the state prosecutor asked the officer if the red shirt, blah, 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 blah. Despite the fact that the trial court ultimately sustained his objection, Anderson nevertheless argued that the officer's testimony improperly bolstered and what was depicted in the video. This has she said it's not within the four corners of this case. It's not even remotely close to it. Not even remotely close to it. Jesus Christ. You, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Heather Moshe says they can explain what is seen, but not what is inaudible. But Ms. Love tries to shoehorn in somebody telling the jury, what are you seeing? And they have already used this in the trial, having her describe what is in a video the jury has already seen. For me, that is over the line, but apparently that's allowed in Georgia because the appellate court seems like equally fucktwats. I'm saying 4 quad. 4 quad. But this isn't even remotely close.
Is able to give clarity to a portion that lacks clarity. It is not improper for that person who's sitting there to be allowed to do so and to.
If that is all, then this is a bullshit argument from start to finish. And she knows it, but she does it because she knows if she yaps, bitch, and whine enough, the judge might buy it.
Without the jury being present, what the answer is to that question to allay any further concerns.
Can I step off the bench for just a second, please, counsel?
Oh.
Thank you.
What's going on now? Come on. Yeah, no clear sense. I don't know why he wanted these people up there, but this is so immensely stupid. Is he out walking the dog or something? I have no idea. I hope if the judge is talking to the prosecutor outside of the president of the defense, now they can still listen in, but I hope to the Almighty, whoever the Almighty is, in your opinion, that he told her, no, go fuck yourself. Off you fuck. I know he don't. I know he won't, but you can always hope. Why is nobody talking? And then wait on the break for a few seconds or something. I don't know.
I appreciate your indulgence as I take up a personal issue. Let me hear from Detective Gaither, and let me see what she says, and then I'll be in a better position to give you my thoughts on my ruling.
No, you won't. The prosecution's claim that that case is related to this is pure bullshit, and you know it, Judge. Jesus Christ.
She's coming in now, Judge.
Where's Mr. Steele? Spots in the video that, and then we'll go ahead and I may be able to make some further rulings at that point in time.
You coward. You absolute spineless coward, Glanville. You know this is bullshit. You know this is bullshit.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if the court, with the court's indulgence, at I'm sorry.
I understand. I just called up there with all this. I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm talking about just not just this particular instance. I'm talking about period. Period. How did y'all get caught up with that? I remember when Thug was rapping. He was a red cartel. You was a real cartel. Y'all was block and all of that. How did it go from for real music to all that? Just I know. You work like you shit. They have money. Where folks go? You talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about? People been having money, been getting a lot of shit like this. Yeah, I know. I don't do this type of shit like just hand these folk name in the street. These folk got a home. You know what I'm saying? Right. These folk. But by me knowing them, and you know what I'm saying, being around them, they got to make on their ride. So, you know, so on their ride, but then I'm like, shit, the shit that around this shit get me killed or get me locked up. Why can't they just say no? Why can't you just say no? I'm not with you right now. Because I let you know. Yeah.
2:32 p.m. Wait. 2:32. And my question to you, Investigator Gaither, is when you asked Walter Murphy, how did you all get caught up with that? I remember when Thug was rapping. How did it go from For Real Music to all of that? Would you explain whether the response that you got is clear on the audio and videotape from 2:52:35 to 2:53:32, as you can listen to it from the recording that you are hearing in the courtroom today?
Portions of it is not all the way clear.
As you sat there during the interview in person with Walter Murphy, did you have the same amount of clarity that you get from listening to the tape, or could you understand more clearly what was being said?
I can understand him clearly sitting in front of him and just talking to him in the interview.
For the court's edification, would you please tell the court what Mr. Murphy's response was to your question, how did it go from real music to all of that?
If you can play back that portion.
No.
Just going off memory, just listening to what was it, about a minute. I was trying to comprehend, but that specific question directly after that, can you play that portion back?
The part directly after the question?
After I asked the question.
We'll start at 2:52:35.
And Detective Gaither, if you tell us when to stop.
Okay.
So that I can account for it on the record.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Thank you.
What are you starting at, madam?
2:52:12.
Okay. All right.
This is not in front of the jury.
I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's not in front of the jury. So it's a hearing.
Period. How did y'all get caught up with that? I remember when Thug was rapping, he was a red cartel, you was a real cartel, y'all was block and all of that. How did it go from For Real Music to all that? Just blow over, bro. And then it ain't got nothing to do with the music. I know. You work like you shit. They having money. Where folks go? You talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Witness is trying.
You know what I'm talking about? People been having money, been getting a lot of shit like that.
2:52:55.
Hey, thank you, Steve. Kate. K-A-T. Sorry for butchering your name. For New Zealand, $5. Good morning from New Zealand. I don't understand the case, but it seems like defendants being railroaded. Thank you for all your awesome streams. Thank you for being here, Steve. And thank you for the super chat. The occasional super chat and gifted memberships are what keeps this channel afloat and keeps me coming back for more. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is so messed up. And here's the thing. But I have the Anderson v. State. It's a 2011 case. I skimmed through it. It's nowhere near close, in my opinion, for this investigator, retired investigator, to overcome the constitutional right for the jury to be the finders of fact. Her claiming something is said should not be allowed. It is not only clear, it's over clear. Jesus Christ, you spineless cunt.
Yes, he stated it had not a lot to do, not.
Okay, something happened. Okay, somehow it just forked up. Let's see here, where were we?
you got is
Hey, Happy Ann, thank you for being a member.
clear on the audio and videotape from 2:52:35 to 2:53:32, as you can listen to it from the recording that you are hearing.
Thank you, Nana Misty. It should not be allowed because she can say whatever she wants and there is no way to prove different. Exactly. She can make shit up and nobody would be wiser. Here's why it's not allowed and should never be allowed to translate for the jury. How can you disprove it without saying, oh, you're a liar? Well, she's already been proffered as an expert witness. And they mix her testimony between being an expert and being a fact witness, and it's so infuriating. And thank you so much, Nana Misty, for the super chat.
In the courtroom today.
Portions of it is not all the way clear.
As you sat there during the interview in person with Walter Murphy, did you have?
I'm talking about not just this particular instance, I'm talking about period. Period. How did y'all get caught up with that? I remember when.
We already listened to that.
2:55.
Let's hear the.
Yes, he stated it had not a lot to do. Stuff was not having to do with the music. These guys been in the streets with their criminal histories. He said long record. These guys been having money.
You
back to
have
what he previously
two
said.
lines.
These guys are kingpins. Initially, that was his words. These guys are kingpins, and I'm just a pipsqueak within this. So these guys been having money from this portion you just played.
And later in the interview, did you all talk? Did he ask you shortly thereafter to stop your recording? Because you mentioned kingpin just now. Do you remember him asking you to stop recording with the audio recorder that you had in front of you?
Yes, he asked me. I had this little white device on the table. It was a handheld voice recorder, and he asked me to stop that, so I stopped it.
Okay. And was it before or after that point that he started talking about the kingpin?
Once he mentioned it, to the best of my recollection, as he began to elaborate more, he noticed it and he asked me to stop it.
Okay. Other than saying these guys, did Mr. Murphy ever talk about any one particular person's long record?
Just based off of this portion here?
Yes.
I don't recall at this moment.
Would hearing it again refresh your memory, or?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously? This is the judge. If this judge had a scintilla of integrity, he would put a stop to this and say, we're done with this witness. But
would that do no good?
Yeah, you can play again.
From where to where?
Sir?
Where to where?
And that to get back.
Period. Period. How did y'all get caught up with that? I remember when Thug was rapping, he was a red cartel, you was a real cartel, y'all would block and all of that. How did it go from for real music to all of that? Just blowed over, bro. And then it ain't got nothing to do with the music. I know. You was like TV shit. They have money. Wait for folks. You know that? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about? They gonna Ben having money. They get a lot of shit like this. Yeah, I know. I don't do this type of shit like just hand these folks.
Paddy B, did the prosecution confront Walter Murphy with this recording? No. They didn't. Because they didn't want his memory refreshed. Because then they could open their own door to playing this.
$253.02. During that portion, Investigator Gaither, did you hear Walter Murphy
It seems like
speak
it's
on any
only
one
this
particular
witness
person's long record,
interpretation.
as he said?
Yes.
Whose?
He said Thug and in words.
Okay. And as he went on to talk about a kingpin, did he make reference to whom he was talking about when he said Kingpin?
Later on in the interview, he did mention someone named Kente
Mhm.
and also Hot. I believe those were the two names that he used, Kente and Hot.
Okay. Your Honor, and that was the first part that I had intended to ask her about. The second part I can go into or wait until we address the first part. The second part that I was going to address with her had to do with Mr. Murphy's statement. If you're not on Cleveland and you're not YSL, you're getting gone. Or he's getting gone, as he said. I was going to ask her about that and ask her why did she ask him so they take out their own?
Is that on the tape?
It is.
Okay. Is it inaudible anyway?
No, I was
Okay.
just going to ask her that part.
Let's deal with, all right. We'll ask her to step out and I'll take care of it.
Your Honor, prior to that, may I ask her one more question about the portion that she just spoke to the court about? And that is, Investigator Gaither, why did you ask Mr. Murphy how it got from For Real Music to all of that? That's one question.
During the first portion of the interview, he just attempted to separate himself from YSL, basically stating, he hadn't been committing any crimes. He hadn't, really been around them. He appeared to be a little evasive when speaking specifically about incidents involving YSL. So that was my line of questioning of, when you guys first started, like I stated in with Red Cartel and Block 125, at that point, what we knew of, the information they were putting out to the masses was strictly music. And then at this time in 2015, we saw it rapidly turning from not just music, but it began to form into what we consider a gang war between these two rap labels.
And before you said to him, how did it go from Real Music to all of that? Did you give him any other clarification as to what you meant by all of that?
No.
And what was it that you meant by all of that?
All those retaliatory shootings and crimes against each other.
And is that all that you asked him before he gave us the response that he gave us from 252:35 to 253:32?
Yes.
I think that's it for the questions that I have for the witness, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you can step out, please.
I don't know, it's Trinton. What does it matter? If she didn't actually ask it. And it's inaudible. It's so stupid. Come on, Judge, make a proper ruling for once in this trial.
Give me those periods. Okay, Ms. Lowe, give me those periods, or Ms. Hilton, those two periods in the video from when to when?
252:35 to 253:32 is the span of the interview where he gives the response that Investigator Gaither spoke about just now.
All right. Okay. All right, Mr. Steele, start out with you.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, first of all, Anderson versus State, which is 311 Georgia Appeal 732 in Division 2C. It's a 2011 case, which was cited by the state at the bench, saying that have a case that supports what the state is doing. And I don't know if the court had any time, but
I've read Anderson already. I've had a chance to take a look at it.
Anderson doesn't apply for 2011 for our new evidence code. That's pretty irrelevant. Second of all, the trial court actually sustained the objection of the defense lawyer who said that the officer cannot narrate the video, and the trial court in that case struck from the record in front of the jury any statement made narrating it. The issue.
Yeah. Well, I have the State v. Anderson. It isn't remotely close to what Prosecutor Love claims.
My appeal was that the defense lawyer then went to bolstering, and the Court of Appeals said and defined bolstering as vouching for the believability of a witness, and that was not bolstering. So Anderson is a non-starter.
Well, the court did say that he could testify as to his own observations regarding he was testifying as to his own observations regarding the video.
No, that's what
Observations as to what was shown on a surveillance video, not what was said in an interview.
was the setting up the issue, and then the trial court sustained the objection of the trial lawyer that the officer could not do that.
Okay, but it wasn't
From the record.
it wasn't improper bolstering. So
And no one here ever said this was bolstering.
okay, but all right.
So Anderson is not even, in my opinion, not close. Not close. All right. Then the second thing is the witness. If I heard it right before Your Honorable Court stopped the proceedings and asked the jurors to, I think we approached the bench and then I think the next thing in sequence. The witness actually said, "No, I heard it. It's understandable." So I don't know how we're continuing on with this. The actual question asked in court when court was moving is, was that understandable? And the witness, to my ears, obviously, whatever, you can look it up if you're in real time. I believe that the witness said it was understandable. So I thought we were just moving on. I don't know how we're now backtracking. And then the third thing is this was never asked of Mr. Murphy. He's the speaker. It doesn't matter what this witness believes was said. It matters what Mr. Murphy said and confront Mr. Murphy. And then it becomes a prior consistent statement for this witness to say, no, that doesn't make sense if that was said because here is conversation in context. The state never asked Mr. Murphy, just like most of this reporting, about that segment. In addition, Birdman, you heard that earlier in the proffer, maybe at the bench. I can't remember. It was either at the bench. Mr. Chart saying it's at the bench. He's not mentioned in here at all. That was inputted by the prosecutor. And that's Brian Williams. If you don't know who that is, it's a record producer, works with Rich Gang. You may remember the band. Or the group. Anyway, he's not mentioned at all except by the prosecutor's mouth. So to me, I am still maintaining my objections. It may not have been as articulate as I should have been. Move on to me is an objection under waste of time. It's a 403 or excuse me, 24-403.
But I'm the person that decides that. You aren't. Yeah, I know, but you aren't. So it's it would be an improper objection for you to make. A move on objection. Okay, that's mine to make. Your rationale is correct, but saying it is not proper. That's for the court. That's for the court's purview. Okay.
I don't agree. It's not proper, but in this part, I will absolutely not say move on. I will say 403 waste of time. A waste of time, I think, is insulting, but that's what I'm going to say. Anyway, those are my reasons that all of this is a waste of time, 403, and it should have been done with Mr. Murphy. And this entire, I've objected the whole way. I'm not going backwards. I understand your ruling. This entire replaying of recordings made out of court is just not the way that this trial should ever go. Those are my positions.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, Mr. Sharp.
And I apologize. Yep. Can I say one more, add one more?
Yeah.
The state has not given the court a scintilla of statute, constitutional provision, or case law that this is a proper way to get in out of court statements. All of the case law is the opposite, unless it's a prior consistent statement. And you already told us that. So that's all of my objections in summary.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, first, I'm just going to echo Mr. Steele because I think it's that important that this was not, Mr. Murphy was not confronted with these statements. So I think we're in an entire area of improper impeachment using prior inconsistent statements. But regarding this issue specifically, I would like us not to lose track of what the state said. The state said that they need to play this for Investigator Gaither because she was there and she has some specialized understanding about what was said. And what did we just watch? Like, let's just deal with reality for a second. She sat at the witness stand and the state played the tape 5 times and she couldn't really understand. She's not getting any information. She doesn't have any specialized knowledge from being there 8 years ago. What she's doing is she's listening to a tape and she's doing her best to figure out what Mr. Murphy was mumbling about. And the reality, Your Honor, is that's not her job to do that for the jurors. The jurors this tape is in evidence. The jurors are going to have the ability to hear this tape. They're going to have the ability to say, when they're deliberating, Your Honor, they're going to write a note, Your Honor, we're having trouble with this tape. Can we replay the tape? And then they can make their own determinations as is in their province as jurors of what was said. But having someone else, not because they were there, but having someone else just listen to a tape and determine what they think is said and then tell the jurors what they believe was said after listening to the tape themselves is wholly improper. The jurors are supposed to listen to the tape and determine what was said. That's their job. It's not Investigator Gaither's job. Thank you.
Anybody else? All right.
That was me, Your Honor.
Say again, I'm sorry.
That was me. I was just going to give the court 2 more cases. And I was going to point.
Anderson doesn't kind of get the mark.
Right. I was only going to point out with respect to Anderson that the court there said the trial court should not have kept out that portion of the testimony, but U.S. versus Whitlock, WHITLOCK, 493, Fed APPX 27. And with respect to the new evidence code, as long as the new evidence code does not change the state of the law, looking at prior cases before the new evidence code that have not been overturned or changed in any way is still proper for the court to do. In this particular case, Whitlock,
When was Whitlock decided?
2012, and I also have Ellis versus the state, 312 Georgia, 243. That was in 2021.
What's the citation for Ellis?
312 Georgia, 243.
All right, give me a second, please.
I'm having US Whitlock here.
Your Honor.
Can you give me a second,
Oh,
please?
I apologize. Yes, sir. I know. I realize.
US Whitlock is about sentencing. What?
And that's in section 2 of Ellis. That starts with the paragraph, Ellis also contends.
Let's see if I can find it here. 11th Circuit appeals his conviction.
What's the citation for U.S. versus Whitlock again?
493.
Oh, 49. Okay, all right, hold on. Said 493.
Fed APPX 27. Inside the Playback.
2008 case.
This one, the pin side.
The statement admissible under excited utterance exception. What?
I think it's 28.
Bless you.
Seriously? This is beyond stupid. Another case that isn't even remotely close to what they are arguing.
It is 28 through 30, the pin side.
Jesus Christ. Judge, seriously, stop it. Stop this charade now. Tell Miss Love she's out of line. Even arguing this is improper. Miss Love knows the case law does not support her. She's making a statement towards the court she knows is false. Jesus. This is so much a waste of time. Jeez. Skipping ahead. Judge, stop looking for something, a straw you can grab on to try to fondle in Miss Love. It's just garbage. Stop it, Judge. You know this is wrong.
Okay, all right. From reading this particular case, Ellis is very helpful to the court.
No,
Here's the challenge. Most of the case law that talks about narration or a witness's testimony as it relates to the videotape, there's no inconsistency with the with the tape and what the person coming with the tape is. In this case, there's definitely a difference in we're relying upon this detective's sole understanding as to what he was saying. So whatever the jury's gonna have to kind of think about it is I would agree, Mr. Short. I think it's their purview. I think if I let her comment on this, bless you, there's room for interpretation as to what is being said. So, and she's testifying as it relates to what she believes he means. So I'm gonna disallow it.
Yep. Thank
All
you.
right, so if you all could take out that portion of the video.
But he really tried to shoehorn it in. He really did. And that is why this is so improper. This entire trial is so improper. It's a sham. It's a circus.
We just won't play that portion again.
Yes, let me just make sure that don't play from 2:52:35 to 2:53:32, okay?
So, Your Honor, when the court is saying to take it out, does the court mean?
Why? That what they should exclude as well is her question to begin with, as well.
To not have, because it was.
I mean, she's not going to be able to testify to it.
Okay.
The jury can determine what they want as to what has been said already. Like I said, that'll be their task to do. But for those reasons, I believe that I'm not going to let her narrate a comment about what her understanding is to what was said in that particular part of the tape. Okay.
Yes, Your
This
Honor.
is why a
As to
video
Mr.
should be thrown out,
Steele's,
because nothing in
objection
it,
regarding.
nothing in this video was he confronted about during the direct examination or rebuttal of him when he was on the stand. And this is the prosecution trying to shoehorn and open their own doors by not making a complete direct examination, calling it this clause and this clause, and the judge has allowed it so far, but this was a step too far, even for this spineless judge. He knows had he allowed this, it would have been an appellate issue above all other appellate issues in this trial.
Other matters, and this not being an inconsistent statement. If the court is ready for me to respond to that.
Is this another portion of the tape?
No, in general, he had made a general other objection. I was just going to respond, but I think.
Okay, all right.
And the court has dealt with that.
Yeah, I have, but to complete it, since he's raised it again.
Okay.
Look, Mr. Jingle.
So as we stated earlier,
That's a
Mr.
cunt.
Murphy said that he did not remember what he said in the interview. And the interview itself contradicts his entire trial testimony that he only knows YSL to do music. He continually made that distinction in this video, the first video interview that he had with Detective Gaither. He is talking about whatever the jury can discern from that, but he is talking about something very specific as it relates to YSL. And it has nothing to do with his knowledge of them and the music per se. It has to do with his knowledge of them and their gang activity. So that is another reason still.
So why didn't you confront him about it during your direct examination and during your rebuttal? Why? Because you wanted all of this in, and the judge is too much of a spineless coward to throw it out.
Why this interview is admissible and contradictory, and it speaks to his relationship and bias towards the party, and portions constitute inconsistent statements.
I'm still I'll allow it to be played for that purpose.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Can we go ahead and?
No.
Yes, the portions that are like, I'm not going to allow what I just excluded, but the other portion. Okay. All right. Can we bring our detective back in, please?
Actually, it's not okay. I still don't want to join it.
No, I understand you have an objection to it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bring our witness in, please.
And Judge,
We're in good law. Does it say, and that's good, Anderson, does it say that the courts in proper should not sustain that objection? I don't see that in the opinion like the prosecutor just said.
It doesn't. Let's just move on from that if we wouldn't mind, because I agree with that. Doesn't necessarily fit the bill, Mr. Steele. Ellis is more illustrative, and that's what I used for my ruling. Okay, and in which I agree that should be excluded.
I understand, but
Okay.
I'm trying to, I love cases, it's not in there, but I can see, but if it is,
And you're,
I'd like to know where. If something was said to the court twice on this case, neither one is accurate, but if I'm wrong, I don't want to say.
I'm not relying on Whitlock.
Okay, then,
I'm relying on Ellis.
okay, and I thought you.
Here's the thing, Your Honor. The state promised you it was in there. The prosecutor lied to the court because they know it's not in there.
It's Anderson. It's Anderson. I don't think this prosecutor said, Anderson said specifically that the trial court should not sustain.
Okay, why are we talking about Anderson? Why are we talking about Anderson? I'm not relying on that case.
But, Your Honor, you're missing the whole point of what Mr. Steele is saying. Mr. Steele is saying, this is what the prosecution told you. They lied to you, and you don't care.
At all.
So you rely on the lawyers?
No, I'm relying upon Ellis because Ellis talks to me about what is proper in terms of consideration of video and narration.
I always thought that candor is critical. That's what I'm asking, where is the candor?
Can we talk about, okay, all right, we're getting sidetracked on this, okay? So,
No, you are getting
I appreciate
sidetracked,
that.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
okay. We're not here with appellate advocacy, Mr. Steele. I understand where you're headed. I understand that you like to get granularity on that, but I don't need it for my purposes of my ruling in this case. We can talk about it offline if you'd like to do so, or you can invite Ms. Love's attention in regards to that, but I've already ruled upon, I'm not relying upon Anderson. I'm relying upon Ellis. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
and Your Honor, so that I stay in line with the court's ruling, we can play that portion, just Detective Gaither cannot give her explanation of that portion.
No, don't play it. It has nothing to do with anything at this point in time. No.
When she asked him how to go from real music to all of that, that portion the court said earlier that we could play, she just couldn't give her interpretation.
You've already covered that. That's the problem. That's the challenge. Why are you playing it again?
Yeah, exactly. You already played
You
it.
played that already. Hasn't the jury already heard that issue this morning already?
We did not.
Didn't you play that already?
Let me get clarity.
John Commune. I just realized Fanny is synonymous with see you next Tuesday in Europe. Yes. A fanny in Europe is the front end of a female downstairs, while you in United States apparently use fanny as the back. I think our description is better here in Europe because Fanny Willis is a see you next Tuesday.
As co-counsel is reminding me, we played a portion of it and I was getting ready to ask her to explain that portion of it. And that is the point at which the objection came. So the objection was to the explanation and the argument was that it should be allowed to speak for itself, not that it should be excluded, just that because it's responsive. It's just that for the people outside of the interview room, it's difficult to discern, but the court has ruled and I will abide by that ruling that the jury deciphers it for itself, but the court didn't.
I mean, in terms of playing it, there just can't be. But see, the courts, I'm trying to understand, why do you want to play it again? Hasn't it been played already?
Yeah, they played it once and then they played it again for her to narrate it. They already played it.
Has it been played in front of this jury already?
It was played, Your Honor. And
When?
It was, yesterday. And
Okay,
a
that's what I
portion of-
thought. Okay, so
Yeah.
why are we playing it again?
Because in order for the state to propound the questions that we intend to.
Such
propound,
as?
why did she ask him how it went from real music to all of that, what she meant by all of that, and did he seem to have any difficulty understanding her question, and did he give a answer that she considered responsive in that moment, as she recalls it?
I thought you asked that already. I could.
I did.
She asked it outside.
Yes, and that was here with the court, not with the jury. That's all.
Okay, all right. No,
Well,
that's just my answer, okay? Okay, so that fits for you. You can sit down. All
well,
right, what did you want to tell
I'm
me?
still gonna ask. Thank you. So we raised objections about playing the same video that was already played yesterday, today, under Rule 403, cumulative, places undue emphasis on the evidence, etc. Your Honor,
I said I would consider it.
you said you need to be judicious. That's what you said to the state. And now we're just playing the thing
Okay.
for a second time for no purpose. Just so we can ask the detective, the former investigator, if she asked the question in that prior interview, which is on tape, which is going in evidence, which the jury is going to have. That's not judicious. Right now, we're just replowing the thing the second time around. It's cumulative. And, our stance is it shouldn't have been played once, but
Okay.
at this point, it's a 403 issue and there's no probative value.
It's getting cumulative, Miss Love.
Respectfully, Your Honor, this is consistent with the manner that Mr. Steele examined Mr. Stevens and Mr. Bean. He first played the entire interview, and then he went back and he played portions of the interview. I believe at one point I leveled the objection that it had already been
Did you object, Miss Love?
played, but Mr. Steele argued that he needed to ask about certain portions of it. And this method that we are employing here is in no way inconsistent with methods that
Okay,
have
but
been-
it's becoming cumulative. That's the challenge at this point in time. Is that they don't have the burden. You do.
Right.
I mean, and remember, they haven't put on their case in chief yet. They don't have to.
Right.
So you making correlations to him is not appropriate as of yet. Okay.
Yeah, Judge. Why aren't you yelling at Miss Love for making that inappropriate remark? She damn well knows it's not their case in chief. This has been brought up time and time again. Judge, when the jury comes back, you need to yell at Miss Love. I know you won't because you're a coward.
Okay.
Understood, Your Honor, but I'm glad that the court pointed out with our burden, we have to take advantage of the opportunity that we have to get as much clarity for the jury as we can.
I understand that, but you come to a point where I believe it will be cumulative. Yes, sir.
And everybody else.
I did it with
Thank you for
the
being here.
person who made the statement.
Sorry.
All I know about is Mr. Bean. If it happened with Trantavia Stevens, I don't recall that. But you do it with the person whose input, whose words the jurors are wrestling with. The state wouldn't do that. They're doing it with a detective, and they let Mr. Murphy go. That was my whole point of replaying this recording with the non-testifier on issues that are not inconsistent. So.
All right.
And we did, of course, attempt to ask Mr. Murphy about this, and he claimed no knowledge, no memory. But we'll move on, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So you're not playing this again?
Not
Please
this
don't play it
portion.
again. Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. Can we bring our detective in now, please?
But they are still playing this fucking tape again. Exactly, Lucentil. Not knowing is not inconsistent. This entire replay, yeah. And they are still allowed to replay stuff. It's unnervingly bad.
It's on.
Yeah, nothing in Ellis, in Anderson. Here's the thing, again. The prosecutor Love told the judge, we rely on this case law for this purpose. There's nothing in either case law they cited that can be used as a base in this. And she knows it. Oh, did I save that somewhere? Say it, please say it. Yep. For you who don't know about Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade and all that, I have actual footage of what they did in Aruba.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, thank you, Sergeant Ingram. All right, madam, you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Detective Gaither,
I have my
after
sources.
Mr. Murphy asked you to turn off your digital recorder that was on the desk in front of you. And you asked him, how did y'all get caught up with that? Did you have to explain who y'all was before Mr. Murphy continued to talk?
No,
Did he express any confusion as to who y'all was at any time before, after, during that bathroom?
Oh,
break?
she's trying to have it narrated anyway. Oh, you fucktwat.
And when you spoke about getting caught up with that, what was it that you meant?
I was referencing how did it start from just being about music and now transition to what myself and the gang unit appeared to be a gang war going on in Atlanta, just back and forth retaliatory shootings.
Speculation.
Thank you. And who was the y'all that you referred to as you asked Mr. Murphy the question, how did y'all get caught up with that?
I was speaking about
Speculation.
YSL members and
Speculation,
their
speculation,
associates.
speculation.
When you spoke with Mr. Murphy about remembering when Thug was rapping and was Red Cartel and Mr. Murphy was Red Cartel, and about y'all being with Block and all that, at any time before that moment, did you have to explain to Mr. Murphy who Red Cartel was or what Block was?
No, I didn't.
Did he ever express any confusion before or after you made that comment or asked that question as to who Red Cartel was and what you meant when you referenced him and Thug being Red Cartel?
Video, audio, the evidence used for self, 24 bit, 4 bit.
They are,
I'll rule your objection, sir.
you may answer it.
No, I didn't have to explain.
When you asked Mr. Murphy the question, how did it go from real music to all of that? Why did you ask him how it went from real music to all of that?
I sustain the objection.
I'll ask a better way. When you made the distinction for Mr. Murphy between real music and all of that,
Objection.
at any point during your interaction with him on July the 15th, 2015, including when he went to the bathroom, did he ever correct you in making that distinction from real music and all of that?
Say what now?
No.
Jesus. Thank you for being here.
Same question as to real music and all of that. During any time during that interview on July 15th, 2015, whether when you went to the bathroom, out in the hallway, did he ever express any confusion about what you meant when you asked, how did it go from real music to all of that?
24-4-403, and it played in evidence.
I'm going to overrule the objection, sir.
You may answer. Did he ever express any confusion outside that room, hallway, anywhere else about what you meant when you said, how did it go from real music to all of that?
No.
All right. At any point during your interaction with Walter Murphy on July 15th of 2015, either out in the hallway, in the bathroom, somewhere else, did he talk about the music group YSL?
No, I don't believe we had any conversations with him while he was sitting on the toilet.
And at any other time, did he intend or attempt to elaborate that YSL is only a music group? At any time during this interview?
This is it.
I got objection then basis.
No foundation.
Overrule, sir. Overrule, sir.
24-4-403.
Overrule, sir.
You may answer.
Can you repeat that question, last question, please?
Yes, Your Honor, with your
Bill
court's
down,
indulgence, may I ask
level
the court reporter to repeat it directly and
You may.
explicitly? Thank you.
Ms. Weaver?
And at any other time, did he intend or attempt to elaborate that YSL is only a music group at any time during this?
No.
This is so bad.
Was there a portion in the interview where Walter Murphy told you that if you're not on Cleveland and you're not YSL, you're getting gone?
Yes, I believe.
Your Honor,
I'll rule the objection, sir.
Yes.
okay. Did you have any trouble understanding what he meant by those words?
Oh, I'm standing objection.
Why did you ask him so they take out their own?
Since she lost that in that hearing about that recording and trying to have Miss Gaither to narrate it, now she's trying to get it all in by asking, in my personal opinion, improper questions. And the judge allows it.
After he told you that,
I'll rule that objection, sir.
you may answer the question. Why did you ask Mr. Murphy so they take out their own after Mr. Murphy said, if you're not on Cleveland and you're not YSL, if you're on Cleveland and not YSL, you're getting gone?
Just based on that statement, the way I interpreted what he said was,
I stand the objection.
Without speculating about his meaning,
Too late.
when you
Already
asked him so they
speculating.
take out their own,
Jesus
what was it that
fucking
you were
Christ.
asking him?
Overruled. Overruled, sir. Overruled.
Okay, 24,
Let me guess, 4403 again?
no, 404A.
All right. Still overruled, sir.
404A.
Overruled, sir.
Thank you.
You may answer.
Answer.
Thank you.
when he stated that we take out our own, I took that as members of the community because we were talking about Cleveland Avenue and YSL.
24-4-404A.
Your Honor. Overruled, sir. Please have a seat.
The judge is overruling proper objections. Exactly, listen till. I took that as. That's literally speculation. And the judge allows it. Once she says, what the first time she said, I took that as, blah, blah, blah. Everything after that is speculation. Just because the Ms. Love is re-asking a question to get another answer, it's still speculation. She can't play video. Nobody said she can't get it in from transcript. Well, if there is a transcript. And oh, I forgot. Dun dun dun. That brings us to sidebar counter 146. 146 sidebars in this trial. Now, I understand they claim it's day 66. It really isn't. They have had, I believe, 8 administrative days. That brings us down to 58. Now remove all the half days, combine them to an actual day. That is another 5 or 6 days. Now we're down to 53 actual trial days. And I'm not even removing when the judge is an hour late each day. And we have just, 3 sidebars per day. That is a huge amount. And that is with the judge not doing his damn job, in my opinion. Jesus Christ, this is a shit show. And they go on, and they go on, and they go on. Sidebar, 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 sidebar.
Thank you, Judge. Investigator Gaither, after Walter Murphy told you that if you're on Cleveland and not YSL, you're getting gone, did you understand, did you have an understanding of what he was talking about?
Yes.
And in asking him, so they take out their own, was that your understanding?
Yes.
All right.
all this is
Did
now
he say
speculation.
yes to that question? So they take out their own.
Not 100% certain if he stated yes.
Then
We're
it's
showing
not-
you a portion
Jesus
of
Christ, Judge,
a written
make
portion
the
of
damn
the
ruling.
interview. Refresh your memory.
I will object. That didn't, well, it's what you know. It's the same transfer. Not a transfer.
It can be, refreshing recollection can be done with anything, Mr. Steele. So I'll let her look at that. If that's the case, it just needs to be identified for the purpose of the record. And we'll see whether or not that refreshes the recollection.
Thank you, Your Honor. It will be page 80 of 152, and it will be line.
It's the next step. What's it? We'll have to identify it for the record. So is the next state's exhibit?
The exhibit number, Your Honor, will be State's Exhibit 104 Bravo Bravo Beta.
For identification. All right. Okay. Yes, Mr. Hold on. Okay. All right.
If this isn't a transcript, why the flaming fuck is it allowed in? Or even allowing her to be refreshed by it? I agree, Louis Thomas. I think there's enough cumulative error to appeal. Yeah, here's the thing. Appeals are for losers. There are so few cases
And
that
since we're only
actually
using
survives
this
an
portion, Your
appeal.
Honor, we'll just mark this one particular page, page
Win
80
at
of
trial.
152 as 104 Bravo Bravo Bravo.
Can you show that to defense counsel, please?
Yes, Judge. And we also provided a digital copy as well.
No, it's refreshing.
Not evidence, but it's correct.
It's refreshing recollection. It has to be identified. Just that it's shown to her. That's it.
My thing is if it's being entered into the record and it's given a state, we just feel that the entire transcript is entered into the record. So the record is clear as to
Your Honor,
it is. And the shortcomings-
Okay. Well, y'all approach, please.
We are in the same area of cumulative as during the video because the transcript, if it's inaudible on the video, then the transcript is equal to her narrating what was said, in my opinion. That is what I believe the defense is trying to accomplish here. Will they succeed with it? I don't know. And we have a sidebar. We are up to sidebar 147. Jesus Christ. A bit of a reminder here. The prosecution with this specific witness thought they would be done in a day. We are now lunch day 2. No, she started Friday, so we are at lunch on day 3 with her on the stand, and they thought she would take 1 day. I believe again that this is the prosecution lying. They know exactly how long it will take. And I assume, yeah, as Vamp says, no cross today, I guess. Yeah. And for you who don't know, Thursday and Friday is administrative days in this court. So no trial Wednesday or Thursday and Friday. So I will portion out my commentary videos and streams throughout the week. So if you want to watch the live shit show, go right ahead and watch all of it. I will make 2.5, 3 hour streams about the rest of, so I can portion it out the rest of the week. So you get my commentary and my legal analysis. And for you who are completely new here, hi, I'm Nick. I do labor law. I have a law degree. I am trained in evidence evaluation. I am trained in witness confrontation and all of that stuff. My main focus in labor law is mediation and stuff like that. And I've been doing it for over 30. Vice's rating coming in now? No, Jeff. Jeff, I'm closing out. Jeff. No. Tell Jeff I'm closing out for the day because they're going on lunch here. Now, I always appreciate Jeff when he lets his people over here, but yeah, Nana Misty, we have heard the exact same thing from her for 3 days straight. 3 days straight. And it's stupid. It's infuriatingly stupid. Reformed Convict says, he's a Viking lawyer. Nothing else needs to be said. Well, I am also... I'm Santa Claus. All right. Well, these peeps are going to lunch, which means I will continue this tomorrow. I will portion out Tuesday and Wednesday, over Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so you can get my legal commentary and my snark and everything else. Whew, what a freaking crap show this trial is. And I mean, I stopped being surprised a long time ago regarding here's legal vices. Oh, of course. Hello, folks. You all have to go back to the beginning because I tried to say to peeps, hey, Vices Raid. Hi, Vices Raid. Yeah, I was just telling my audience, I'm Santa Claus. Yeah, you just joined the end of the stream. Hello, folks. But this crap show of today, you really need to see. So go back to, I think the complete crap show starts about an hour in. That's when the complete crap show of this enters. So go back, play it in 1.5 and all of that. Yeah, I've been there, done that. I know. Yeah, it's a drive-by raid. Oh. You know what I'm going to do? After Vices here and all this crap show, you need entertainment, chill entertainment. So I'm going to send you over to Broken Baker. He is doing a chat and chill coloring. I think he's making 2 paintings, and he's going to raffle them out. So like my stream on your way in and out, or out, yeah. Hi, here goes. Yeah, it's Santa Claus. Yeah, so I'm actually going to just send you all over to Baker's painting stream. But again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for allowing me to try to translate this to you with snark, name calling, and legal analysis. So, as I always say, hug your family. Unless your family is shit, then screw them and give your love to the people who deserve it. All right? Thank you. I will see you all here back here tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.